1 year ago, I made a video about why I moved to Thailand alone, and here I am 1 year later at the same place. This is Lumpini Park. Lumpini Park is kind of known as the Deep Talk Park, in my opinion, because every time I come here, it's like a life update situation. A lot changed internally and externally. I think you can tell from my old videos to now. Like, I look different, I act a bit different. My core is the same in terms of values. People that don't see me for a while and they see me again, they'd be like, oh, your skin is so good. What did you do? Or which clinic do you go to? But actually, I don't go to clinics unless if I need to film a video, which I try not to do that much anymore because I mean, it's not that scammy, but they make you believe that you should look a certain way. If everyone goes to the clinic and does the same thing, wouldn't you think that you end up looking like everyone else? No, what I am trying to say is that my skin, it got better because I cut sugar, but I still eat like 2 or 3 times a week, just not as much as before. And because I don't like to exercise, I try to control my diet. So that's why maybe you notice that, oh, I look toner. And I think a lot comes from being in this Thailand environment, because if I was in US, I feel like I was quite bored, so I would eat a lot, like Oreos. And then being here, it's like, so like you're always busy. You don't really get bored, so you don't have time to eat in a good way. So when people ask me about why my skin is so good, I just say it's because I'm happy. If your mental is good, then it shows on your skin or your outside as well, because there was a phase of me when I was not the happiest, and then I broke out, but my diet and everything was the same. It's just that, like, at that time I was not that happy. And yeah, the past year I've went on a lot of trips and been to a lot of events, and it made me realize that it's not as dramatic as you think. Like, for example, you know, all these people that want to live the traveling life, but actually traveling is not as glamorous as you think, or at least for me, every time I go on a trip, I'm like tired AF. Let's say you see people going to events on IG and it seems really dramatic, but it's actually not that dramatic in real life, and it's kind of lame. Like, when you go there, you realize, oh, that's it. And then over time, like, if you stay in Thailand long enough, you'll start picking up Thai habits, as in Thais are usually late. So whenever I meet someone that isn't late, I get a little bit shook. But sometimes I'm also late because I assume the other person is late. Thais like to ghost people in general. Not all, but in general. At first, I was a little bit hurt about it. It's like, oh, why is that person ghosting me? But it's kind of normal here. Okay, so they have a thing where they like to look at your story, but they don't reply to your message, or they only reply to your line messages, or sometimes they don't even leave you unread. They straight up don't read your message, but you know that they saw it. All these little things add up, and it makes me more indifferent about people. Another thing I noticed about Thais in general is that they keep their emotions to themselves. Like, they don't really express their emotions. I think that's also why they like to ghost you, because they don't want to confront. People like to scroll on their phone a lot. Like, every time I'm on the public transit, they always are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or Shopee, or Line. Let's say you were trying to start a business. I feel like you gotta make use of the fact that Thais like to be on social media. So, I mean, that's why it's not hard to be influ or creator. But, you know, I don't call myself influ because I'm not trying to influence anyone. I'm just trying to live my life. That is why I am here. This might not relate to a lot of you guys, but because I kind of do social media as my work, so I pick up a lot of things, as in, like, number one, I actually don't like to scroll my phone anymore because I think it's like a waste of my time. But ironically, I post to make people watch. Back to the point of this video, I think people treat you differently when you have more following. Like, 1 year ago when I didn't have that much, I feel like it was harder for me to get certain things in life. But right now, like, let's say I DM someone to collab or to get something, it's easier because of my profile or my following. The one quote I live by is, if you don't like me when I'm crusty, don't like me when I'm glowed up. But that quote, it doesn't apply to social media. I feel like this background captures the Southeast Asia humidity because it kind of just rained. I get a lot of travel opportunities, and it's because of social media. Nowadays, I don't spend money traveling anymore, and the money that I saved, I can put it into things that matter. For example, I got a Dyson Airstrait recently, and I feel like if I was in the US, it would be harder for me to get that Dyson. But because I live in Bangkok and I have a lower cost of living compared to the US, then I actually have extra money to buy things that I like or that kind of are useful in life. Like save money so that I can eat momo, or save money so that I can invest or start my business in the future. And then I discovered a thing called renting clothes. For example, you can rent a dress for 2 to 5 days for 300 to 700 baht. I think that's better for me because I don't like to own things in general. And I moved to Bangkok with one backpack and one luggage, so there's not a lot of things that I need in life. But the only reason why I need to wear certain things is because, social media, they kind of expect you to wear something different in every video. It's kind of for the excitement, I would say. When I don't have to film, I wear the same crusty t-shirt. I try not to talk about how good Bangkok or Thailand is because I think a lot of you guys already know and you see people talking about it a lot already. But I would say the one thing I like is that Bangkok is really central, as in it's only a 1 hour flight away from the mountains in the north, an hour away from the beach in the south. So it's the idea that if I really wanted to, I can go to Phuket today, or I can go to Chiang Mai right now if I wanted to, but it's just that it's expensive, so that's why I'm not doing it. The accessibility, and it's easy to travel to other countries in Asia. Within Bangkok itself, it's really convenient because of the MRT, BTS, or you can do Grab bike. Save a lot of time. Like let's say if I want to buy toilet paper, I can easily do so, and you can also order on Grab Mart. Because I came from a small town, the closest Walmart was like a 20-minute drive away, but now everything is so accessible. My flaw is being impatient, so that's why I want to save time by living in a city. Plus, I like the language. I think the language is also a big part because I think the Thai language is like pleasing to the ears. Imagine a day where I can speak fluent Thai. And most importantly, you get to meet a lot of people that can give you opportunities. But for me, I don't think about making friends or networking or making connections. Like I don't feel the need to. I'm more like an introvert. I like to be by myself. Oh, by the way, speaking of being by myself, I'm actually not lonely anymore. I'm not lonely anymore partially because I got a boyfriend. It's not really a secret. Like I'm not trying to hide it from anyone, but it's just I haven't found a chance to say it. How me and my current man, how we met. So basically, I had Bumble like the first 1 or 2 months that I've been here, but then I deleted all my dating apps because I think it's a waste of my time and I just don't want to waste time anymore. But then I downloaded it again for like a couple of days in September to see what the market was like or if there were any new or better guys out here. And during those 2 days that I had Bumble, I matched with a few guys, and then 2 of them I ended up like setting dates with. So the first one wasn't my type, but the second one is my current boyfriend. And the interesting part is like the second date, aka my current man, my mindset of meeting him was like, oh, let me just get this over with. Like I'm gonna go on this last date and then cut all the guys out of my life. But then it turns out pretty good. We have similar values and perspectives in life. We are still together. We've been together for more than a year now. So if you guys see us in public together, I'm not gonna deny it. Like if you see me holding a guy's hand, that is my man. And I feel like meeting him, it made me less lonely. I mean, like I was good without him, but having him, it made my life better and more enjoyable. That is my love life update. It's a healthy relationship. Everything that you see me having today is because I manifested my life here, and I don't really have a specific strategy or method. I just write down whenever I have something that I want or desire, and then I make sure whatever I'm doing aligns with where I want to be. To be honest, 1 year ago when I did that video, I knew that there would be a 1 year update. Like I knew in my subconscious mind that I would be here again filming this video. At that time I didn't know how, but I knew that I would be there. I will be moving condo soon, so look forward to more vlogs in my new place because I've lived in the same condo since I moved here, but I think switching a new place or environment will change my perspective in a good way. And I think if you want to have some sort of takeaway from this video is you just gotta book the one-way flight. That was like the hardest part, but once you actually leave your home, everything is not as hard as you think. The thing that might be stopping you, it's either money or visa. Money is something that you gotta learn to get yourself. Like I can't teach you how to get money. You just gotta figure that out on your own. But visa is not as hard as you think. Like you just do some Google searches about the visa available in Thailand. Or maybe Thailand is not the place that you want to be, which is fine. this is it to my 1 year update, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.